Hey everyone, welcome to Breakout Wednesday for the 7th of November 2024. It's currently about 9 a.m. on the West Coast, probably about midday on the East Coast. First, remember, this is not financial advice, not financial advisor. It's simply a video blog on how one trader sees market, and everyone needs to take responsibility for their own decisions. Right? It's obviously Thursday. So, look, the election was yesterday. It's probably better to bring this out today than yesterday. Obviously, we all know that Trump won by now, and there's been some big moves in stocks that obviously Trump is behind, right? So the clear ones are Tesla. All the crypto stocks rallied hard. Okay, I've got this new kind of split charts thing on crypto. Let's just flick to that. And so let's just go to kind of 3 months. So you can see IBIT, the ETF, up big, Mara, the miner, up big, Ethereum up big, and the ASX Crip up big. He made this speech like in June or July about crypto and how he wants to, expand it and blah, 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 right? So, but I think the dangerous thing here is to chase. Like a lot of humans get this massive FOMO happening and they want to, just plunge into anything, doesn't matter what the price is. And I think that moments like this, it's like when a lot of people lose money just by plunging and chasing and getting FOMO, whereas the best thing to do is if he's really going to kind of instigate change in crypto regulation, it's going to take time, right? Like these things will base and give setups, and the smart investor and trader just chills out, waits for the high probability setup and takes it only then. All right. Okay, what are some of the other shit? Maybe the drilling and the oil stocks will have a recovery under him. I'm not sure. Let's just go back, to here, and then let's go say Oxy, the big kind of, I was up a little last night, but it'd be interesting to watch those guys. All right, obviously there's some stocks, some sectors that might struggle with him. I guess China's the main one, and Asia's down a little bit. What did Barber do last night? It's gapped down a bit. I just tend to think that the discussion of the China stuff is maybe, I don't know, like I'm skeptical if he's really going to go after it, the tariffs. Like he talked a big game. I know there's a tariff war during his last campaign, but he did dial back a lot of what he said he was going to do. What he says he's going to do, and obviously what he does, he's not going to try and destroy, obviously, the economy. And so the way I tend to view the Asia stuff is I want to buy strength. Okay, if it can brush off this shit with Trump and then we get legit setups, I'll take them, all right, and probably take them with a lot more confidence than I would have taken them, okay, because I've shrugged off that bad news and given a big buy signal, and I'll go for it. And I also have the same kind of line of thinking with things like iron ore, which is obviously correlated to China in the sense that, I'm looking at a lot of these iron ore stocks and thinking, shit, they've been hammered. Kind of a lot of them are tightening up in similar patterns to this one. And I'm thinking, if this bad news, if they can just hold and not really give a shit about the Trump election win, and then start breaking up out of these tight signals, there might not be the time for them yet, but the risk reward on these entries is insane. A little entry here on FMG and stop down here, and you've got like a 10, 15, 20 to 1 risk reward if you're patient. And so that's kind of how I'm viewing it, as a little bit different. I don't necessarily think it's a bearish thing for China. I mean, I have no idea, but I just have an open mind, and I'm going to follow the price and the best signals out there. And I'm not going to chase. I'm not going to try and guess what's going to happen over the next 4 years, because there's no one in the world that's smart enough to guess that shit right. And so that's that. Some of the trades, just quickly, like the Amazon one, holy shit, it's still going. SLGN, I actually got out of that a bit last night. I was gapping up. We are having some issues with these drawing charts, mainly because they've been worked on heavily in the background. So you might find your drawing lines moving around a bit. We are overhauling the whole drawing tool bit. Okay, so just bear with us, right? SLGN. What was some other shit I wanted to talk about? The car trade has started. Good start. That's just bread and butter, really. I mean, setup was just down perfect. Long-term uptrend, great company, great business. incredibly like tight action VCP and then a breakout. So, you know, in that full position size. What's some other stuff? SSG, it's bouncing around. What else was there? One sec. Yeah, someone posted a forum LUMN. I was going to chat about it if I got this out on Wednesday, but it's been coming up in Dava scans. Wow, like what a setup. Let me just clear that Dava box so it's clearer. We just had this stock just in a massive rally and then just base sideways. I mean, that's perfection. Where is it? Sorry, bear with me. I swear it's in here. Yeah. So, yeah, there we go. LMMN, yeah. So, hell of a setup. That's good times. What else was there? Yeah, I just wanted to quickly chat about some other trades I've been talking about. Like, the earnings stuff is so hard, guys. Like, Duolingo bought out earnings on the 7th, I think it was. Okay, and then went for it. One sec. Sorry, guys, my phone rang and I totally forgot what I was talking about. But like, obviously, Duo had earnings and gapped up right after this. It's just so hard taking these signals right before earnings, right? Like this, I used to in my early days just follow the chart and not even give a shit when the earnings announcement was. And I must admit, I had a lot of winners, right? It's just, the other one is AVH, right? I got pushed out of AVH the other day before earnings and then bang, straight up, okay? But then you look at like, I wasn't in this stock, but the stock I've been, tracking is PAX on the NISI. Had this, breaking up to new highs, earnings bang, right? It went from $42 to $17, okay? And so the flip side is that when they get hit, the drop tends to be way bigger than the rally. And so it is a matter of controlling risk, isn't it? The other thing I'm looking at like is Shopify, and obviously this did break last night, but just these big leading companies that, are printing money that I love. I mean, this had an amazing channel breakout, and so I got a new entry on that. And the other thing is that gold, right? Like my view on gold's a bit like the iron ore and the Asia stuff is that I don't think, a Trump presidency is the end for gold, right? If I can get a nice buy signal on gold, even a big pullback, like a pullback to its 200-day down here, it's not going to come straight down, but if it grinds down and I can get an entry, then the self-managed super fund, I'm just going to add some, more gold to it. The other thing was leave you here with a Davis box basing away on the ASX right now. Let's just do a quick scan. There we are, RUL, not the fastest moving thing in the world, is it? But, this breakout here that I think we did talk about back then as well was, 1.8, and now it's up at $3. So, it's a bit of a grind up, but it does get there. Anyway, it's going to be interesting times. Definitely going to keep my eye on crypto, tech, Asia stocks, pretty much everything for setups, but I'm definitely not going to chase and let my emotions get the best of me, because, that's when people get really hit. And you can get excited about some shit like Trump and all these trade ideas. Next thing you know, you've lost 20% of your account because you're a dumbass, right? All right, catch you, mate.